Hi, these comments are for BS. This is Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. Thank you for completing. This is what's called my free TOEFL speaking practice test evaluation. And I am from BetterTOEFLScores.com. I have the rubrics here. I have your topic right here. Okay, so you're answering the question, do you think it's better to study alone or study with a group? Why? Give specific reasons and examples to support your opinion. Here we go.
I personally believe studying with a group is more beneficial when preparing for an exam.
Okay.
I believe this for two reasons.
Okay. Why did you use those two short sentences? You could say, I think it's better to study with a group because, right? Use because, a subordinated conjunction, so you're using a complex sentence, then state what the two reasons are. You can say, because I can get a more productive study guide and I can score higher on my tests. And say that all as one sentence.
First, when studying with a group, it makes it easier for me to understand the concepts. For example, if I
That when studying, it makes me. That's not correct grammar there. You can say, when studying for exam, I blah, blah, blah. So when you're reducing that adverb clause, the subject and the dependent clause have to be the same, and that's not the case there. Now, another way you could do it is say, studying in a group helps me or makes me blah, blah, blah. You could also do it that way.
have a not clear understanding of a particular concept, I can ask my friends to help me to get a clear and better understanding of the topic. The
Okay.
second reason is when studying with a group, there is no feeling
Again, when studying, there is no. That's not incorrect grammar for the same reason before. You could say, when I study for a group, there is not or there is no blah blah blah. You could do it that way if you wanted to. So you should study. It's called reduction of adverb clauses. You're not sure when you can or cannot reduce adverb clauses and how to use those within the context of the independent clause and then that phrase.
of loneliness or disappointment. Whereas when studying alone, I might get depressed and get distracted easily. So I believe studying with a group is important for me.
Okay, good. So when I'm thinking about your performance on this, I'm thinking you have some language use issues. Remember, with the reduction of adverb clauses, you had at least two sentence structure errors there. Um, you also tend to use pretty basic vocabulary and grammar. Topic development, you don't have a lot of specificity or what I call concrete details for your ideas. So you definitely can improve in that area as well. I think in the topic development, you are two. In the language use area, you are two. And maybe the delivery area, you're in the low three. So I'm going to put you around 2.5, maybe 17 to 18 points out of 30 on this practice test. Now, let me listen to it just one more time and see if I change my mind or score a little higher or lower. Let me listen one more time with no pauses. Sometimes I'll listen to it the second time and I'll catch some things I
I
didn't
personally
get.
believe studying with a group is more beneficial when preparing for an exam. I believe this for two
So
reasons.
some problems
First,
with your P and B
when
concept
studying with a
sounds.
group, it makes it easier for me to understand the concepts. For example, if I have a not clear understanding of a particular concept, I can ask my friends to help me to get a clear and
You
better
didn't say what
understanding of the
concept,
topic. The
biology
second
or.
reason is when studying with a group, there is no feeling of loneliness or disappointment. Whereas when studying alone, I might get
Again,
depressed
there's really
and
no specific
get
detail to
distracted
support
easily.
that.
So I believe studying with a group is important for me.
Yeah, that I think my score is pretty accurate. I'm going to say 17 to 18 points out of 30 on this. So, if you're trying to get 26, do not take the TOEFL test right now. You're not ready. All right, and there you go. So, if you like the feedback I'm providing, I do have an inexpensive service you may be interested in. Go over to bettertoeflscores.com. I have a speaking and writing feedback service, and I will continue to support you as you prepare for the TOEFL exam. I'll even let you know when you're ready based on what score you're trying to get. For example, right now, if you're trying to score 26 points or higher, you're not ready right now. It's probably going to be about 3 or 4 months, I think, of really rigorous practice before you'll be ready for that score.